First tonight, the East Midlands families inviting homeless refugees to live with them as guests. One Leicester charity has told us there's been so much interest that it's setting up a formal hosting scheme.
Some families, though, have already taken refugees into their spare rooms informally. And now 2 councils in Greater Nottingham are piloting a new national register for offers of help. Our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball reports.
Mealtimes have become more exotic at Colleen's home in Leicester.
Porridge and soup.
Machol moved in 2 months ago. Now she's treating Colleen's family to her mother's traditional Iranian recipes.
Machol says, shall I cook dinner? And I think, oh yes, please, I can just get through this bit of work first. It's an important thing to do, and it's been lovely to have her. You know, friend for life, hopefully. Machol, you hear that?
Machol was given permission to settle in the UK after proving she's a genuine refugee. But that decision meant she lost her asylum accommodation, and that's why Colleen invited her to move in.
I really think they are my friends and family. The best things for me. Feeling love, feeling very good. Let me show the photo.
Now Machol's living in 19-year-old Hannah's old bedroom.
Where is it?
And Hannah's just taken her to see her first music festival.
We're talking about family and stuff, and I said, well, you know, you're our family now, you know, you're my sister, and we hugged, and it was just really nice.
Thanks. The party was last night.
Machol wants to improve her English, so she comes to practice by the garden pond, and she's hoping to go to university. It isn't the first time this family's offered their spare room to a refugee, and now a formal hosting scheme's being planned here in Leicester. That's going to be run by a local homelessness charity.
For some people it will be as short as 2 weeks, for other hosts it will be working with a client for up to a year. All the host needs to do is provide the bed and the place for them to stay. Ourselves at one roof and the Red Cross will provide support to the clients. And it can make a big difference.
There you go. Thank you.
And for Colleen, this is about actions speaking louder than words, because she runs a refugee charity. But she had to think very carefully before taking her first guest.
My brother-in-law said, how can you host a strange man when you've got a teenage daughter? You know, isn't that a risk? And I did feel a bit nervous at first, but actually I have no qualms whatsoever now. It's always worked out very well. The most difficult guest I've had is somebody who's very badly traumatised. So that was a bit of a strain on the family. But it was worth every minute, really, because I think we saved his life.
I'm really impressed with your English.
And now Machol's planning her future here, where she wants to become a nurse and help people with disabilities, so she can give something back.
We'll go Friday morning.
Well, Jeremy's here in the studio. Jeremy, this is clearly helping to tackle homelessness, but why limit it to refugees?
That's a good question, and I'm sure there'll be some people who think, well, you know, charity begins at home. The reason is that refugees have a particular problem. They often end up homeless while they're waiting for their documents to come through. Now, that means they can't get tenancies, they can't work, they can't claim benefits. Sometimes they don't even qualify for a homeless hostel, and that's why they're so much more likely to end up on the streets.
But I'm sure there are people who want to help, short of taking somebody into their own home. What can they do?
There are things. I mean, the government's now setting up a national scheme that's being tested in the city of Nottingham and the Broxtowe district. Now, that's called the Digital Register, and that's coordinating offers of help for refugees. And we're talking here about everything from English tuition to donating clothes to taking families on day trips. And that's really a response to the number of people who've come forward wanting to help.
OK, Jeremy Ball, thank you.